Hello, everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com here. Welcome to today's live video, this week's live video, I should say. It is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, 5 p.m. Central Time. We are live at 5, both on Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't joined me before, I am live every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Central, except last week when we started a half hour early. But we are back on our regular schedule, our regular calendar now. Hi, Alicia. And I'm just going to chat for a little bit while we allow this to pop up in the feeds, for people to find us. If it looks like I was just crying, it's because I was. I have like a ritual before I come on live. This is going to sound so crazy, but I blow my nose and I take a drink. And when I took a drink, it went down the wrong pipe. So then I had a coughing attack. And so then I was crying. Not actually crying. There's tears were coming. And I was like, oh no, I need to go on live. Which, it's always so funny because I was ready to come on live like 4 minutes early tonight. And then of course I did that. And then I started like right at 5. when you're thinking you're going to be early and then you're not. Anyway, so welcome everybody. It's the final week of February, final few days. We've got tomorrow and we've got leap day left. Thursday is leap day, only comes around once every 4 years, as you're aware. Here are some questions I have for you surrounding leap day, and I really want to know, so please tell me. Hello everyone. Hi Alicia, Lori, Mary Ellen, Deborah, and Debbie. Welcome everybody. Okay, I want to know, number one, we're gonna see if the balloons work today, by the way. Anyway, number one, I want to know if you have any leap day traditions. And number two, I want to know, actually, they won't work. They're not going to work. Number two, I want to know if you know anybody who has a birthday that's actually on leap day. I'm really curious. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so then I have to caveat this. So this past weekend, this is not about leap day. This is about balloons and peace signs. And you might be like, what the heck is she talking about? Yay, Carol. We're so excited to have you on. Okay, so, and I see you gave me pink hearts, which is so exciting. So my phone, hi, Cher. Oh my gosh. No to both questions, Deborah. No for Mary Ellen. Yeah, I don't know anybody with a leap day birthday, and that's weird to me. So I have a few things I need to chat about before we start crafting. Okay, so this thing kind of goes along with Carol's comment with on this phone that I'm filming my face on, I can only see boxes. So that's why I had to look up here and I can see that they're pink hearts because this phone ahead of me, or that's filming my face, is so old. But this past weekend, on Friday night and Saturday, we had our, that's exciting. Nancy's husband's grandfather was born on leap day. We had our Stampin' Cross Country virtual retreat. And during the retreat, I already knew this, but I surprised a few others that, when you do a peace sign on a newer Apple device, you get balloons. And so during our live streaming event, I did that. And one of my co-hosts, my friend Cheryl, she was like, wait a second, I don't have that. And she did this. And then she got balloons. And so I had to show her all the things. So it just makes me laugh because I wonder if I was filming on a newer phone, if the peace signs would work, we would get balloons. And I don't know. I think that would be pretty exciting. Anyway, so there was that. And then there was one other thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. Hi, Mom. Oh, Debbie, you didn't even know it was a leap year. Yeah, nobody on the 29th. I don't even think I know anybody on the 28th. I know people on the 1st, one person on the 1st, but yeah, I don't know. It's just I've always wanted to meet somebody. Yeah. So Deborah, if you have, so specifically for iPhones and iPads, I think you have to be on iOS 17. And I don't know what it is for like a Mac computer. So anyway, okay. So the reason I bring up birthdays too is because you guys, if you've been around for a while, I actually have a degree in applied mathematics. And part of my major was that I had to take stats classes. And I'm going to tell you right now, I hate stats. I like to learn about stats. I don't like to calculate stats because here's the thing. When, at least in these stats classes, every time they'd be like, here's a scenario, how would you do it? And there's like 5-6 different tests. And I would be like, oh, this test. And they'd be like, no, wrong. You can't calculate it that way. And it drove me nuts. And so I don't like stats. Anyway, so Yeah, Carol said she was told when you get boxes, it's an old device or needs updating. Yes, Carol. So that's why this one in front of me, it is an old device, and I don't know if I can even update it any further, but it works for this. This is all I use it for. So that's why I had to look up, because the one filming my desktop is newer, and I could see the pink cards, and I love the pink cards. Deborah hated statistics class too. Yeah, I don't like statistics, but I do like to know fun things. And there is this thing called the birthday problem. You can literally go to Wikipedia and look up birthday problem. It might hurt your head a little bit because there's a lot of information in there that you probably do not need. But it's, oh, I'll try to answer that in a second, Debbie. But okay, so anyway, so this birthday problem, this might blow your mind, but you only need, okay, birthday problem is the probability that any two people share a birthday. And you only need 23 people to get that probability over 50%. And that's the part that people never believe me on, which is why I say go to Wikipedia and look up the birthday problem. But here's the thing is that I've been really into this lately because I shared this with my bosses at work, and they've been really like intrigued by it because they also thought that that was not possible. So there's 20 people on my direct accounting team at work, and that is a 41% chance that two or more people share a birthday. And we actually have two people who share a birthday. And the reason I think about this is because A, they don't factor in leap day to this calculation. And B, my dad is one of 11 kids. And the probability, this is just what blows my mind. The probability for 11 kids, if you just take the 11 of them, for any two of them to share a birthday is only 15%. Yet 7 of the 11 kids share a birthday. So I just think it's like bizarre. And I don't know, it's just very intriguing to me. So yeah, it's crazy. So in case you're curious, thanks for letting me talk about math for a little bit. But in case you're curious, kids number 4 and 7 share a birthday. 5 and 6 share, but they're twins. 8 and 9 share, but they're twins. And then 10 was born 2 years later on 8 and 9's birthday. So 1, 2, 3, and 11 have their own birthdays, and that's it. Anyway, so I just think it's bizarre and fascinating. Okay, anyway, so Lori Hall said she liked my idea of a free day on leap day, and I like that idea too, although I'm working on Thursday, so that kind of stinks, but it's fine. Oh, here, let's see. Nancy said, oh, that's cool. Yeah. So it's the birthday probability doesn't factor in the year. It's just the month and the day. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Classmate and your mom's best friend and yourself all have a birthday on the same day. That is, yeah, that is crazy. Your husband and his sister are 1 year apart on the same day, number 8 and 9 of 9 kids. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So if you think of 11, that's a 15% chance. So it would be even less of a percent chance of that happening for 9, right? Isn't that crazy? So my birthday, I share it with my cousin. I was born on my cousin's 8th birthday. One of my dad's best friends, his daughter was born on that day. And then also a friend that I know from my old job also shares my birthday. So there's 4 on my day. But anyway, all right. Hi, Anne. Hi, everyone. Isn't this all just fascinating? I just find it so fascinating. Those are the kinds of things I like to learn. I wouldn't want to calculate. I mean, I have like a short formula that I can type it into, but I wouldn't want to like be the one who comes up with the statistic. I will just use the statistic and learn about it, right? Your grandson was born on your birthday. Isn't that so wild? Oh, that's funny. Cher knows 2 people that share and you only met them last year. Yeah, that's funny. I just think, oh, the math difference. Okay, sorry. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, Alicia, I don't know. Alicia said, what's the chance of 65 degrees one day and 24 in snow the next? We'll say 1% chance because that's what's happening in Minnesota yesterday and today. Anyway, okay, math difference. So my degree is in applied math. Basically, I did more, from what I understand, I did more like applicable things like gaming theory and voting theory and stuff like that kind of. I didn't go as high up where like a pure math degree is more, which is like just mathematics, is more like they might go up to like, I went up to Calc 3. So they might go up to like Calc, I think a friend of mine who has a degree in math, she went up to Calc 5, I think, and more of like the pure like theoretical stuff, where mine was more of like the application part, if that makes sense. I couldn't really tell you more than that. Hi, Lene. Hi, Carol. Yeah, crazy. Okay, let's start stamping because it's time, people. All right, thanks for humoring me though. I love it. And you know what? I'm not a basketball aunt anymore. We don't have a basketball game to run off to, so we can spend more time chatting at the beginning, right? Anyway, all right. So yeah, I know the weather has just been nuts everywhere, because even I think in Michigan, my friend Heidi, who's in Michigan, I think the weather that we had in Minnesota yesterday and today, they're having today and tomorrow, because she said today is 65, but tomorrow they're supposed to have snow. I don't know that I would say that, Debbie. I think a pure math degree is like not smarter. I won't say that. But it's I would say it's more advanced. We'll go with that. So, all right. So let's go ahead. If you have a mini catalog, you can go ahead and open that up. Pages 26 and 27. You're going to see we have some beautiful Easter sets. Thank you for sharing, Corinne. Oh, that's awesome. I love seeing all the people who are sharing birthdays. Isn't that kind of an interesting, just interesting? It's so cool. Anyway, so we've got some Easter sets here. We're going to play with Excellent Eggs tonight, which is this one on page 27. You can see it's a cling mount stamp set. It's got some fun dies. I do have the dies still all in here. We are going to die cut together tonight. And then I just left one sad little stamp in my case, thinking of you, which is a very sweet sentiment, but I very specifically wanted Easter cards and spring cards, so I did not use this stamp. You absolutely could, though. If you get this class kit, you could sub in that stamp for sure. And then I think, not a promise, but I'm pretty sure next week we're going to play with Easter lilies. So because I caved and I bought it, and I need more Easter cards. So all right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to show you some stuff. You know what? I'm going to show you first. Let's go here. I'm going to show you this card here, which went out on my blog yesterday. So this one went out yesterday, and I mentioned earlier in the video that we had retreat this weekend. And one of the things for retreat is we did 2 creative challenges. I'm going to show you one in a second, but this first one is actually the creative challenge that I ran. And let me pull out my dice here. So I've got these dice. My team, if you're watching, you might be pretty excited. You know what these are. You guys need ideas with Easter lilies. Okay, we're sold. We'll do it next week. I thought about waiting one week after, because we have new online exclusives coming out next week. So I was going to show you those. And then I thought, no, that's cutting it way too close to Easter. We got to get a groove on these cards, don't we? All right. So anyway, if you're on my team or you've done a game night with me, we used to use these in game nights when I did those, but you'll recognize these dice. And we do these not every month with my team, but some months. We usually alternate, so every 2 or 3 months. And we did one for retreat. And so what we got here was layering, thanks, brights, bling, and adding DSP or foil. And the idea of the dice is you make a card using all 5. You have to use every single one of these parameters. However, I always say you can interpret as you want to. If you say it goes, it goes. I'm not going to sit and go, nah, that doesn't really count. I'm not going to do that. So if you are like, it counts, then it counts. So for example, with brights here, you could use the brights color family. That's what I did. Or you could just use bright colors. And I would say like Calypso Coral, which is in the subtle family. That's a bright color to me. I don't know. You could use Parakeet Party, which is an N color. I don't care. You say it counts, it counts. So this is the card that I came up with for it. And it did have to be a thank you card. So I did put a thank you on here. I think this will be a beautiful spring thank you card. But I had to remake it for my reel this week. And I was like, I really want it to be an Easter card. So I remade the same card, but I stamped it with the Easter sentiment instead. And that's because, I do think this would be beautiful as a thank you card. But as I mentioned, I need Easter cards. So I stamped this one as an Easter card instead. But you can see, I'm going to admit something here. This is a Coastal Cabana in the back here. And every time I use Coastal Cabana, I think, why don't I use this color more? I don't know why I never use it. I just don't. So definitely, I like it. I don't know why I don't use it. So I need to pull it out. But anyway. All right, let me put these dice back in their drawer. Okay. Anyway, so let me go ahead and show you the cards we're going to make together tonight, and then talk to you a little bit about those. So we're going to make these 3 cards together tonight on this live. and or replay if you're watching the replay, or both if you're watching both. We're going to make these 3 cards together. Now, if you haven't joined me live before, just bear with me a minute as I'm going to just kind of explain to you how I do my live videos. So my live videos are always open for anybody to watch whenever you want to. I love to chat with you during them, of course, but we do make 3 cards together, and I do a cool gift with purchase. So if you want to make these cards at home, then all you have to do is place a $40 order in my online store this week through Friday, March 1st. The $40 is before tax and shipping, and I will send you card kits to make 2 of each of these cards for free. It's a gift from me to you as a thank you for your order. Now, if you go over $50 before tax and shipping, you are going to also get a full pack of the rainbow dots from me. And look at all those beautiful colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colors of rainbow dots in this pack. I love this pack of paper so much. And when you place your order, make sure you use this host code right here when you check out. So KYXPNYWE. You do not need to remember that. It is in the link in the description, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, okay? All right. Now, also, I'll just mention, if you put your order in by the end of the day on Thursday and don't wait till March 1st, and you go to that $50, you get to pick a celebration item. And don't forget, please don't forget, celebration is ending. It ends on Thursday. So no matter what, after midnight on Thursday night, when it rolls over to Friday morning, those items are gone. So please do not wait. If there's something you really, really want out of celebration, do not wait. If you need help figuring out like how to get it or whatever, please reach out to me. Also, you'll notice my glass mat. This special for getting the glass mat for free in a starter kit also ends on Thursday. So do not wait, okay? Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's start crafting. Before we get started, let me show you our second card we're going to make together tonight. You will notice I used some flowers, some beautiful flowers, and they're not in this set. So I am just going to let you know, you can use any flowers you want. I cased this card from Emma Goddard on Instagram, and she used the flowers from Everyday Details. Now, I wanted something I could die cut out and didn't have to fussy cut, so I used the flowers from Thoughtful Expressions. I'm going to show you that later tonight, but you can either get Thoughtful Expressions if you want to match mine. You can use something else. I'm sure you have a flower. I'm sure. So you can use anything you want. You can see I just stamped and die cut 2 of those because I wanted it to be fuller. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look and make our very first card. So here's the first card we're going to make together. Now, this one was also a creative challenge from Retreat, and this one was a color challenge. So we had to use 3 out of 4 colors. The 4 colors were Sweet Sorbet, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, which I used, and then Azure Afternoon. So I added in some Pool Party, and they said that was okay. So, all right. So this card kit has a Sweet Sorbet card base. We have a basic white layer. You'll have a basic white layer embossed. Look at that. These are I believe they're called the Fun Patterns. Yep, Fun Patterns embossing folders. And you might be like, that's pretty, because this is probably one of my new favorite embossing folder designs. I think it's just so beautiful, so springy, so summery. This is coming out in the online exclusives next Tuesday. So this will be pre-embossed for you. But put this embossing folder, it's a set. Okay, so we've got this beautiful, hold on, you can't see it because I have it out in front because I've used it 500 times. You can see both of these beautiful patterns here. So the florals and then a diamond print here. But they are mini embossing folders. So it comes in a 2-pack. They always do that, or at least they always have done that with minis. They always give us a 2-pack. So very nice of Stampin' Up to do that. I love it. And it fits in your mini embossing machine. So that's pretty cool too. I know, isn't it such a beautiful folder? All right, you'll have a piece of basic white to stamp and die cut, and then some basic white for our sentiment, and then also some of the Pool Party crinkled ribbon, and this is from Celebration. So let's go ahead and start with stamping because it's the best place to start. We've got our big detailed egg here. So this is the one with the fun images on it, and then also our Happy Easter sentiment. And we'll go ahead and just ink up our egg. Okay, make sure that looks all nice and inky. And stamp that down. You know what? I don't even think I need this. I think I can use this at the top. It is a really, really good embossing folder set. Yes, it is. All right, we've got that. Let me just flip this around and we'll do our sentiment. Now the tricky part with cling mount is getting it straight, and so I'm not going to fret too much. I'm just going to stamp it down, and we can use our trimmer to make it straight if we have to. All right, we've got those stamped. Now before we die cut out our egg, let's go ahead and do some coloring. What do you think? So we're going to use Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Crumb Cake, and Pool Party Stampin' Blends, okay? And you know what? I'm probably just going to use one like tone of each color. So I've got my dark Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to pick some of the grass and color that in. Now there are a few flowers that are taller than like here's a tiny little one, but there's then a larger one. So I'm making sure to color those, but you can really just pick some random areas, I guess, that you want to add a little bit of green to. Green for spring, which we're longing for, right? All right, we've got that. Then I'll grab my dark Daffodil Delight and we'll do our flowers. Okay, so cute. And again, I'll look wherever I did the green, there were a couple of tiny little flowers, and I'll just make sure to get those too. And then there, right over here in the corner, there is a flower, and don't miss it. It would be easier to get it straight. I agree, Deborah. Okay, so then we'll use Crumb Cake, and there's these little like rock pebble things. So I'm going to color these in with Crumb Cake. I think on my sample card I used light in everything, so on this one I'm doing dark and everything, and we'll just see what we like better. Or you can blend it, like do a traditional blending with it as well if you want to. I just think the images are small enough that I don't really need to. Okay, so we've got that, and then we'll end it with some Pool Party. Now this is the trickiest part, I think, because you got to go around all of these little bits and bobs. So it's not like hard, it's just a little bit time consuming. So we'll make our way around our egg. And this is also why I didn't choose to color in like every piece of grass or every flower, because no thanks. I just did not. So, okay, we're going to go around the bunnies. You could also choose to not color the egg and color the bunnies if you wanted to. You could have some blue bunnies. That would be cute. Okay, color in here. And just work your way around. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm concentrating, so I can't. I'm not good at talking. You're sad these the ink colors. I was like, these colors aren't leaving. Sweet Sorbet is, you're right, which is our card-based color. So we do have yes, some colors that are going to be leaving soon, which we knew about, so it's not a surprise. Doesn't mean it's not sad. So maybe that's a good question while I color is we'll have 5 colors that are leaving us in April, at the end of April. And we're going to get 5 new colors at the beginning of May. And the colors that are leaving are Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. So which one do you think you're going to miss the most? I think originally when they came out, I thought Orchid Oasis would be my favorite. And then, you know, they came out with those tumblers in the colors, and I bought Tahitian Tide thinking, oh, that's I thought Orchid Oasis, I was like, this is the color I want to be my favorite, but I think Tahitian Tide will be my favorite. And then I think it really turned out to be Sweet Sorbet. Yeah, Lori's buying an extra set of blends. That's a really smart idea, because once these colors are gone, you know, just don't depend to see them back. I mean, sometimes they do come back in a color refresh, but we had a color refresh last year, and typically, I mean, it's not exact, but typically they only come around every 5 years. So it'll be a number of years yet. And sometimes it might just come back as an in color, or we don't know, but like Misty Moonlight did, that one came back. Quite a few came back. But anyway, Lori is smart. Stock up on those things that you could run out of. So your blends could run out of ink. I mean, if you have your ink pad, you should be set, but you might want another re-inker. You might want some more cardstock. Stock up on those things while you can, okay? Yes, I remember giving one away, but I don't remember why. Starry Sky and Sweet Sorbet, all of the colors. Oh, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party. Oh, yeah, I love it. I see lots of Sweet Sorbets. That's definitely, I think Sweet Sorbet is going to be mine. We were talking about that a little bit after retreat the other day too. I'm going to trim down my sentiment and then we'll die cut out our egg. But we were talking about that, and I said that I like Sweet Sorbet the most, or I like it more than Poppy Parade. Don't shoot the messenger. I do. I like Sweet Sorbet better than Poppy Parade. I like Poppy Parade, but I just really like Sweet Sorbet. It has almost like a little bit more of like a subtle, it's not as like wow bright in your face as Poppy Parade, and for whatever reason I just tend to favor it. And you know what, like Fresh Freesia, that one came back too. That one I was pretty sad about it leaving, and then it came back. But then I was also really sad about Pale Papaya leaving, and to be honest, I mean I miss it, but I don't know, it seems like it's gonna be sadder than it is. How do I feel about Parakeet Party versus Lemon Lime Twist? They are a lot alike. I agree. I do not know if I've used Parakeet Party. I couldn't tell you the last time I used it, to be honest, which is really sad. Maybe that's going to be like our challenge. Maybe that's what I'll try to do for the Easter Lilies classes. We can't use colors we always use, like Pool Party. Maybe I'll try it as a challenge. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and assemble this. I'm going to grab my seal and my dimensionals and get to town on assembling all these pieces here. But yeah, I definitely go for Lemon Lime Twist over Parakeet Party. And even before Lemon Lime Twist came out, I probably still went to Granny Apple Green. Isn't that sad? I guess it's not really sad, but GMTA, I do not know what that means. Oh, great minds think alike. I got it. I said that out loud, and then I don't know. It took a second. All right. We are adhering this down to our card front. Let's go ahead and fold and burnish this card base here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of seal in the center of our card and grab my Pool Party ribbon and just tack that down. It's such a fun ribbon, but it is very thick. And I tend to shy away a little bit from ribbons that are thick for tying bows. I'm a twine girl, if I'm being honest with you. Twine is like my favorite. It's my go-to over any other kind of ribbon. And so I just chose to kind of let it be like a feature in the background over the star of the show. Hi, Anne. Yeah, so anyway, but you know what? This is a good freebie. How about that? Here's another question. What is your favorite or what? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm distracted. I'm talking too much. Okay, on the happy side, we've got one dimensional. On the Easter side, we're double stacking so that we've got an even layer. Did any of you catch that I did not do that initially? And you should probably push your whole image down too so that they don't. Oh, thanks, Lori. Anne says she doesn't need every single color. Yes, and you can stamp off too. Like, which color was it? I don't remember now. Was it Old Olive? Yes, we had a color called Pear Pizzazz, and with Old Olive, if you stamped off, it looked like Pear Pizzazz. So like cardstock is different, right? Ink, you can maybe get away with it, but cardstock I think is different. Cardstock, I need all the colors. Blends, I need all the colors. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and add some embellishments here. So we have got like some Pool Party ones down here, but I kind of wanted to pull out a little bit of the darker color. So I'm going to use these Lost Lagoon ones up second from the top, because I thought that those were just really pretty, and they kind of pulled out some of those darker colors a little bit more. Okay, that one twisted around my take your pick tool. But there is card number 1. Isn't that one so fun? So beautiful, so simple. You could trade out the colors. Like I said, I picked these colors because they were part of our challenge, but you could swap them out. So, all right, here is our second card. This is the one with our beautiful flowers. And let's go ahead and take a look in that card base. And I do have a question for you, and I didn't forget. We just are waiting for the opportune moment when I'm coloring. All right, so this one has a Fresh Freesia card base, a basic white layer. You'll get a piece of petal pink. You're going to need to die cut out the largest egg. So this is the largest egg die. And we are going to chop off the top, but not yet. You'll have a piece of basic white to stamp and die cut your flowers. So I'm going to do 2 sets of flowers and then also stamp and cut out our sentiment. And then, of course, you'll have some linen thread because, as I mentioned, twine is my favorite. All right, we're going to start with stamping. Thank you, everyone. You love the outcoloring. So you get a multi-pack of the cardstock. Yeah, that's a really nice way to do it, too. Get a multi-pack. And with the ink colors, I think you get 4 sheets of each color, so that's nice too. All right, so we have got that now. Just a reminder, this flower is from the Thoughtful Expressions stamp set. I'm stamping 2 of them, and then we are going to stamp our Hello Spring sentiment too, which I don't know. I'm just a sucker for sentiments that have the cursive and like the standard font in them. Oh, they just... music to my ears. I love them. Okay, so we're going to color in with some blends here. So we're going to use Pool Party. We're going to use Daffodil Delight. We're going to use Granny Apple Green. So we use these 3 colors on our first card. And then I'm also going to pull in Highland Heather. Now I wanted something a little different than Fresh Freesia. So I went with Highland Heather, but you could use Fresh Freesia to match the card base as well. Yes, the egg with the bunnies. I know, they're just so cute. I just love them. Okay, so let's go ahead and color here. So let's go, well, I guess we'll start with Highland Heather. So I'm going to just pick one of the flowers here and color in. So I'm just using my dark blend just to add a little bit of pizzazz, okay? And then I'm going to use my light blend to color in the rest. Okay, so my question for you, we've got just about 48 plus some change hours left of celebration. And I want to know what has been your favorite celebration item this time. And it can be one of the new ads. So in case you didn't know, on February, I believe it was on the 1st, Stampin' Up! Added some current catalog items into our celebration offering. So I want to know, what has your favorite item been? Let us know. So Flight and Airy DSP, I think that's most people's favorite, which the Tool DSP, I love it. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So this card I cased from Emma Goddard. Okay, so I'm going to the other flower now, and I'm using Daffodil Delight, but I'm just going to color it the same way. So I shouldn't have asked you a question while I have to focus on coloring, but you know. I don't know. My favorite has probably been, oh gosh, it depends on what I'm using it for, because I love so many of the items. So I would say probably my favorite would be Jungle Pals. The not the DSP, sorry, the stamp set and the dies. They're just, I don't know, that one is super duper awesome. It is, yeah, it's just incredible. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to read a couple of these quick. The tools. Oh, yes, Corinne, you used the large egg die to make a basket. Alicia just shared a picture of that in my Facebook group, too, and I thought that was so clever. Jungle Pals for Debbie, too. Flight and Airy DSP. Flight and Airy. The Mostly Adored DSP is so pretty. I love it. I love it. We used it last week with Sending Love. Okay, we're going Pool Party now. We're going to do both of the remaining flowers with Pool Party. Yeah, I do really like the Most Adored DSP as well. And I like the Tool DSP. So that one's been pretty cool. And we'll just say I've stocked up on the Tool DSP. I have a lot of it. So we'll probably do a class with it in the future. Just wink, wink. Anyway. All right. So let's color in these flowers here. What about, is there anything with the celebration items that you're like, oh, I really hope that or that you're like planning to get still, or I don't know, one where you're like, I don't know, I'm on the fence about, I don't know. I've been like struggling now to pick celebration items because I had to put in an order last night and I was like, what do I get? Because I don't know what I need more of. I want more of all of it. All right, we're going in with Granny Apple Green blends now. And we're going to do all the leaves. So I'm just going in with the dark one here. And just adding a little bit. Okay, and same thing over here. We're going to do just the same thing. Color, color. I call these the leaf veins. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but that's what I call them. Yeah, I don't. Anne said decisions. I know, it's really hard. Okay, Deborah and Alicia said they like the softly sophisticated embossing folder. Wait. Yeah, so softly sophisticated. Okay, what's the name of the, no, hold on. The embossing folder, see, this is where I get, so the names, they blend together. Okay, so softly sophisticated embossing folder comes with the stamp set. And then there's the softly stippled DSP. And I get the names crossed in my mind all the time. Right? I think I got those right. All right, we're going to just finish coloring in here. Yeah, Jungle Pals is like high on my list for just playing with. I want to play with it more. I want to make more cards with it. You know, I just loved that one. And I mean, that's probably not surprising. I'm a sucker for anything cute. Even this Easter eggs bundle, at first I was like, yep, that's the winner. I don't even need the other Easter set. And then I bought Easter lilies and I was like, yeah, I needed this one too. Let's be honest. Needed. Anyway, yes, the detailed dogwood stamp set, I've actually been surprised at how much I've loved that one. When you look at it at first glance, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, it's pretty, right? Like, but I don't know, it's just really gorgeous. And then oh, Amy Carter, I don't know if you're watching, but I don't remember if she ended up getting it or not, but she had actually reached out to me and said, does it work with our dragonfly punch? And so I did some testing for her. And it does. I mean, it's not a perfect match, but you can make it work and it actually looks really cool. So that was kind of a fun discovery, I suppose. So that was really neat. Okay, you can see here real quick, I am fussy cutting out our sentiment. I'm not the biggest fan of fussy cutting. It's not perfect by any means of the definition, but I like the look of it better than it being so blocky, especially because we do have that beautiful font with the standard text. That's what I call it. Yeah. Oh yeah, dogwood goes well with notes of nature. That's good to know. That's, yeah, not one I've tried, but that is good to know as well. Yes, Debbie said she thought this was a tough bunch to choose from because there's a lot of great choices. I agree with that too. Okay, let's die cut these flowers out. I only have one set of the dies. By the way, okay, so these are thoughtful expressions. I have not played with them. You'll notice I don't even have it on a magnet sheet yet, and I didn't even have my stamp mounted. Sad. But look at these shapes. Aren't these amazing? I took a class from a demonstrator friend of mine, and you know, I did it over the weekend, put together the class over the weekend, and I was like, where did she get this die from? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's from Thoughtful Expressions. So I'm probably going to have to get a second set of these dies now so that I can, you know, just do lots of things with those shapes. Those shapes are perfect. They remind me of, oh, I don't remember the name, but we had a set of dies a few years ago, and they went with that hippo set. Do you guys remember that one? I don't I know I did not have the stamp set. I just bought the dies, but I only used the dies for the shapes that were in there. And I think I actually still might have them. But anyway, I just thought, oh my gosh, how beautiful are those shape dies? Like, they're just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Anyway, okay, so we've got our flowers die cut. You would also go ahead and die cut your egg at this point when you're making your card. And then we're going to go ahead and, this is so sad. Cut. You can choose however high or low you want it. I mainly cut because I don't want the tip of it coming over my flowers. It's sad, but had to be done. All right, let's add some seal to the back of the basic white. And we will layer this onto our card front. Okay, and fold and burnish our card here. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my egg and my dimensionals, Add some dimensionals to the back of the egg. My egg die cut a little bit funny too because I was running out of petal pink cardstock. So the side of it got lobbed off a little bit. You see that? Whoops. We're going to cover it. All right. So we'll just tack this down onto our card. Now I'm going mostly center, but kind of over to the left just a smidge because I want to be able to fit all this stuff in over at the side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the flowers and let's see. So we want this to go on like this, right? So the purple flower is kind of this region, I guess, is where I'm going to focus my dimensionals more so that they don't accidentally go on top of our petal pink egg. So we can attach that like that. Then I'm just going to take a dimensional and I'm going to stick it in our open area. So next to the flowers, but above the egg still. And then we'll go ahead and just tack this one down. And then you can kind of turn it and play with it and have it go wherever you want. And it covers my little oopsie with my die cutting. And then let's go ahead and I'm just going to add some seal right here, kind of down by our egg. And we're going to grab our linen thread and we're going to faux bow it. So take both ends, right? So I've got both ends in my left hand. I've got the loop of the end of it in my right. We'll stick that down onto our exposed adhesive. And then I'm just looping it around with my fingers here to make a bow. And it's a faux bow because we didn't have to tie anything. All right, I am going to pull this side in just a smidge. He was floating out a little bit far, and I want to grab 3 dimensionals. I'm going to put one down here, peel off the backing, put one down over it. So that's our double stacked dimensional. And then on my S here, I'm going to put one more dimensional. And then we're going to tack this down. Make sure to cover our exposed dimensional here, but I do have some exposed seal up here. Can you see that? So I'm just going to roll it with my finger. It's not too bad, but just rolling it with my finger I'm pushing it under the sentiment so it's not there. Nobody knows, okay? Hi, Vicki. Don't worry about being late. We're just glad you're here. I know, aren't they beautiful flowers? All right, so then we've got our rainbow dots. We've got these fun ones. Now, I'm assuming they're supposed to be petal pink, but they do look a little bit more orange in real life. But those are the ones we're using because they match really well with our egg vase, our egg vase, however you want to say it. So I'm going to use one big one and one little one. And that is card number 2. How fun is that one? I just love it. You could add some Wink of Stella to those flowers too. That'd be beautiful. All right, let's go on to card number 3. Now, this one is for the kids. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Of course, we had to use the bunny. We could not use the bunny. There was no getting away from that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this card. Now, full disclosure, this is going to go to my niece. I do have 2 nieces. And so, maybe both of them will get this card. We'll see. One of them might have to get a different one. But I am going to remake this card with the blues and greens for my nephew. So, all right. We have got a bubble bath card base, a bubble bath layer. This is embossed with the Zinnia's 3D embossing folder. This is also a new one coming out next week. Isn't that so fun? So this, you can just see, look at all those beautiful zinnias. It is going to be in a suite. You are not going to want to miss out on the suite. I promise it's full of beautiful, bright and cheery colors, and you're going to love it. You'll have a piece of basic white. This is the soft shimmer specialty paper. My favorite thing, you can see all this glitter, not to fret. There's none on me. It doesn't come off because it's shimmer paper, not glitter paper. So it looks like glitter, but it's not going to come off on you. So, oh, Vicki needs 7 for her grandchildren. This would be a great card for that, for sure. And this soft shimmer paper comes in loads of different colors. So you could swap it out as well. There's a bubble bath piece. I said that funny, a bubble bath piece. There are greens, there's blues. And then, of course, Berry Burst, which we're using on this card. You'll have a piece of basic white to stamp and die cut your egg and your bunny, and then also stamp your sentiment. And then you'll have some soft seafoam to die cut out that cool egg. So let's go ahead and start with stamping. I've got my detailed egg stamp and soft seafoam ink now. I had to re-ink my soft seafoam before I came on live tonight because it needed it. And I didn't even practice stamping to see if I had re-inked it, you know, enough. So we're gonna find out together. Oh, it looks great. All right, I did a good job. I was like, this needs to be re-inked, and I didn't end up having time to check it. I forgot to check it. So, all right, early espresso ink now. Yes, Corinne said stamping the bunny on pecan pie makes it look like chocolate. Yeah, that would be so fun too, wouldn't it? I've seen a lot of cute cards with the bunny like in a bunch of different like rainbow colors, and it's oh so cute. All right, we stamped the bunny in early espresso, and then I've got my there's no bunny like you sentiment, and we'll stamp that on our basic white piece as well. And close up our early espresso ink pad. Let's go ahead and use our trimmer quick to cut out our sentiment. I am going to trim it up on the bottom a little bit because I want it to be pretty slim. And then I'm going to get this paper stuck in my trimmer. There we go. Wasn't that such a funny way to do that? That was like not, I wasn't even like holding it for real. All right, we've got that trimmed. We'll set that aside, and then we can go ahead and die cut out our egg and our bunny and our other egg. We've got 3 things. Okay, I've got my egg. We'll go ahead and line that up. And then I'm going to tape it down with my Post-it note tape. The eggs are a little bit funny because you think you have it and then you look somewhere else and you don't have it. So just play around with it a little bit. Those ovals make it a little funny. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the same thing here with our bunny. Tape that down. Okay, let me pull up my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to flip my plates on this side so you can see. We'll put this basic white piece down, and then we'll put, come here. Yes, isn't the glimmer paper so fun? I think so too. All right, so then in the die set, there is this fun detailed egg. We are going to die cut that out of soft seafoam. Now, the thing with this detailed egg is it's going to cut out in multiple pieces, and I actually personally liked the look of it all together. So I'm going to need to save all the pieces. All right, so we can go ahead and grab our die cut pieces. Oh, we're going to rip our tape. Nice one, Melissa. There we go. Anyway, there's our egg. Okay, and I'll just put that right back on my mat, and then we'll get rid of that. They've been used so many times, these 2 pieces of Post-it note tape. These are leftover from retreat if you were at retreat. There's our bunny, and I stamped over the weekend like besides retreat, so you can tell how old they are. And then here's our egg. Now, oh, you can't even see it. So here's our egg. You can see it's all together, right? But if I peel this up, it's going to leave 3 pieces behind. I want those 3 pieces. So I'm going to just make sure that they don't end up in the trash. And I'm going to show you how to glue them back on, okay? It's very, very simple. And it's probably, it almost feels like I'm cheating. Because, I don't know, it just feels like it shouldn't work. Well, it feels like it shouldn't be the way that it works, but it does. Anyway, we'll save that. It'll be a surprise-ical for later. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere our card pieces together. So I'm going to add some seal to the back of our zinnias layer. And remember, when you are adhering on an embossed piece and you're using like a tape, do not push too hard or else it could rip your paper. So just very, very, very light touch, okay? All right, we've got that on the card front. I'm going to go ahead and close this and burnish it. Beautiful. We'll grab our shimmer paper and add some seal on the back. That went funny on me. Do you guys ever like to just peel out the goop? It's the little goopy piece, and I put it on the back of the card or on the back of the piece. All right, and then we'll layer this onto our basic white layer. Okay, and then we'll add some seal. Whoops, it was still on my fingers, the goop. And lay this onto our card in the center. Beautiful. And then I'm going to take my stamped egg. We'll add some dimensionals to the back. Peel those backings off. And put this on our card. Now I'm leaving room for my embellishments on the left. Okay, then we've got this piece here. I've got it upside down. And I'm just going to place these pieces, whoops, if they want to, place them back inside the egg. We're just gonna put them inside, and yeah. Anyway, this is why it kind of feels like cheating. Okay, so we've got those all put in the egg. Then I'm gonna take dimensionals, and we're probably gonna use, you know, an exorbitant amount, but it's okay. And I'm just sticking these down, and I am literally putting them, now that middle one, not really, but I put them where it's overlapping with that die cut, the complete die cut piece, and the rest of the egg, so that it will hold them to the egg. And then I'm going to peel off the backings, and we are going to stick this down onto our card. And yeah, it's stuck to my finger. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Now it's stuck to the card. Oh yeah, Deborah said it could look cool to leave those pieces out and let the glimmer paper show through. Absolutely, it could. Too late for me to try now, but yes. Hi Becky, welcome. Thank you for sharing. Coin cards. Oh, let's see. Does anyone remember the old greeting cards that could hold coins? Grandma always sent me one for Easter. That sounds like vaguely familiar to me, but I don't know. Somebody else said coin cards, so yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm going to add 2 dimensionals here on my sentiment on the right-hand side. So I've got one on the right, one in the center. Add a little bit of seal here to that left-hand side. So then we can go ahead and lay this onto our card. I am covering up part of that egg. Okay, then we've got our cute little our bunny. And we're going to put 1 dimensional on the bunny, and then we'll stick that on top of our sentiment here. So stinking cute. And then we'll finish off with some embellishments. Now this time I decided to go with the fresh freesia ones up at the top, and I thought they were so cute. There are bubble bath ones, but you can see I've used a lot of them. And that is our 3rd card. Isn't that one so fun too? Your sister used to tape coins and sticks of gum inside of cards. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. I used to get my grandparents, when they were alive, they used to send us $2 bills for holidays. So not Christmas, but like Easter. St. Patrick's Day is a huge deal in my family. And so we would get $2 bills for Valentine's Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, all the things. So, all right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you love these cards. I know I see comments scrolling by, so I'm going to scroll up just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So thank you all so much for joining me this week. For our live this week, I should say. These are the cards we made together. So just as a reminder, if you would like to make these cards at home and you want the card kit sent to you, if you place a $40 order in my online store this week through this Friday, March 1st, so like at 11:59 p.m. CST, I will send you the card kits for free to make all 6. So, excuse me. 2 each of the 3 different designs. If your order goes over $50, I will also send you a full pack of the rainbow dots as a gift from me. Vicky, you make me laugh. You said you became the weird grandma. That's not weird. Some of those $2 bills are worth more than $2 now. I mean, maybe at the moment the grandkids are maybe like, thanks, grandma, right? But trust me, they'll appreciate it when they're older, at least most of them, right? Anyway, so you'll get a full pack of the rainbow dots from me if your order goes over $50. You'll also get to pick out a celebration item from Stampin' Up. So remember, you get those at every $50. There are some items that are only available as a level 2 item, which is over $100. So make sure you check that out. Celebration does end on Thursday. So if you're wanting this class, I would recommend putting in your order sooner rather than later, because A, you don't want to miss out on celebration, and B, nothing has sold out yet that I know of, but it's possible as we near the end of celebration that items might start to sell out, and Stampin' Up obviously won't restock them since we're so close to the end. So, all right, make sure you do use this host code when you're ordering though, KYXPNYWE. It is linked in the description of this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, so you don't have to remember that code. And if your order goes over $150, you can delete that code out and get Stampin' Rewards for yourself. yourself. Okay. All right. I think that's all. Yes. Happy Leap Day to you all. I'll see you in March. Wow. That's weird. See you next month. Anyway, did you used to do that as a kid? I used to do that all the time. See you next year. Haha. Anyway. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.